Hey now, I'm Anthony with A&A, and I'm here today to give you guys some advice. Now, I normally don't just give out random advice, but this is not random. And the reason I don't like giving out random advice because I feel that people who give out random advice come off as know-it-alls. And let me explain. Well, usually this is how I feel. When you give someone advice, it's better that they ask for it before you give it. Because anything other than that, you're butting your nose into people's business and you come off as a know it all and you piss people off that way. And at one time, I used to do that thinking I was helping people, but I wasn't, so I stopped. I stopped just giving out random advice unless I'm asked. Okay, but I'm gonna give you some advice today, and although it may seem random, it's not. And the reason why it's not random is because a little voice in my head told me to tell someone, this advice. And that little voice in my head is God talking to me, and it was placed on my heart to tell someone. Now, I'm not finna get all religious. I believe in God. I'm a Christian. Not finna get all religious on you. I'm not finna preach to you. I'm just gonna give you this advice. Okay. So, is somebody out there right now that's watching, they're subscribed to all the, good lawn care channels, big lawn care channels, Top Notch, B&B, Geek the Freak, Whipping Grass, who's this other guy, Morning Growing. You watching all those videos, okay? And you watching these guys and you enjoying the videos and you want to do the same thing. You want to have a lawn care company and be successful. You want to have all the nice equipment, the nice trailers and nice trucks, walk behind, standers and zero turns or whatever. And you know you want to be good at it, but for whatever reason you're not listening to that voice in your head. And I've been there. I get voices in my head to tell me to do things, and I don't follow through. I make up excuses and I end up paying for it later. It seems like every time I don't listen to that voice in my head, and it's not like I'm psycho or crazy, but that idea that pops into your head, or something tells you to do something, and you just say, "Well, I'll do it tomorrow," or "That won't work." You come up with all these excuses, and you don't do it. But the person I'm talking to, you're sitting there and you have all these ideas in your head, and you come up with excuses on why you shouldn't do it. You want to do lawn care videos, but here's the excuses that you use. You say, "Okay, my computer ain't fast enough. It's not good. It's slow." Uh, what's the other one you say? You say, "Oh, I don't have a good camera. I don't have a GoPro. I can't get the footage like all these other guys are getting. All I have is my cell phone." And you come up with all these excuses, but you fail to realize that you have just what you need. It may not be what you want, but you have exactly what you need. You have a cell phone. You could get footage with that. It may not be the best of footage, but I'm pretty sure you can get very creative and make it work. You know, you don't want to start your lawn company because you don't have the right equipment, or the so-called right equipment. You don't have a zero turn. You don't have steel blowers and steel weed eaters. You may have stuff around the house that you do around your house with like a Craftsman, push more, or a Troy built weed eater from Lowe's, paid by 99 bucks for it. Ryobi blower from Home Depot or something like that. And you thinking that's not good enough, but guess what? It's good enough to cut your yard, so guess what? It's good enough to cut someone else's yard. And or I don't have a truck. I got a car. Well, go ahead and put that stuff in your car and get to work. Yeah, some people are gonna probably kind of laugh, and some people are gonna smile and kind of smirk at you, but most of those smiles and smirks is gonna be those other lawn care guys reminiscing to when they first started. They did the same thing. So get on out there and get started. Don't waste time, sitting around complaining about what you don't have. Focus on what you do have and get out there and make it happen. I know you want to do it because you're watching. I know you want to do it. Get on out there. Because in my younger years, I was the same way. I sat around. Ideas will pop up in my head out of nowhere. You know, Man, you should get out there and start you a lawn service. And I came up with a whole bunch of excuses why I shouldn't did. That was like in 2000. Okay, so 7 years later, 2007, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make me some flyers. So get out there, I make me some flyers. I pass them out, put them on doors, put them on mailboxes. The whole nine. Now, note this: I only made 100 flyers. I got 0 calls, no calls, and so I gave up. That was it, and I didn't revisit that idea again to 2011, and that's when I really, started. That's when I really started my company. But I came up with a whole bunch of reasons why I shouldn't do it in the beginning. And I procrastinated and continued to come up with excuses for 11 years before I started doing it. And I'm not a person that has regrets, but as far as my business, the only thing I regret about starting my business is I should have started sooner. That's the only regret I have. And I often think about where would I be had I started back in 2000 or even 2007. Where would I be? I'm 4 years in now. I'll be on my 5th year this coming season. So, you guys get started, man. I know it's October. You can still get started. It's never too late. And what I mean by getting started, you can go get your license. You can start looking for equipment that you want to get. You can start passing out flyers to gain a customer base. Get started. The sooner you get started, the more successful you're going to be. The sooner you get started, the more successful you're going to be. The sooner you get started, the quicker you'll be successful. If you know what I mean. So, it was just placed on my heart to tell you guys that. So, listen to that voice in your head. Listen to it. People gonna distract you. People gonna tell you, oh, that's not gonna work. They're gonna say all this and that. People give you advice based on them. You're not them, you're you. If it's something you want to do, go out there and do it. A person tell you no because they have no interest in lawn care. They have no interest, in owning their own business. So it's not good enough for them. It's not good for them to do it. So they're gonna tell you it ain't good for you to do it. But you're two different You know, you and your friend, you and your mother, dad, two different people. All right. So, well, I'm starting to ramble. So, I'm gonna end it here. But like I said, you guys, listen to that voice in your head. That voice in your head is not gonna steer you wrong. Just listen to it and get out there and get started. Start today. Don't wait any longer, because the longer you wait, the harder it's gonna be. All right, I'm out of here, y'all. I see y'all in the future. Peace.